is good to see you again. It is good to see you again. It is good to see you again.
Alright, let's do this. Hello, everybody. Good afternoon, good evening, hello. Lord Busy, Andre, Raging Fury, Regent, World Soul. Hello, good evening, D20. Welcome on in, everyone. Sorry for a slightly delayed start, just a basic issue like laundry not being quite done and needs another 20 minutes in the dryer. That's all there is sometimes to it. Advanced Billy Couture, say good evening. So let's not lose any more time here. Let's go to this, and try to remember what we're doing. Outside of causing people brain damage with skills, I think we were doing some missions. We have a network tower available over here. That is infiltrating, and that is smash and grab. Now tell me, past commander, did you want to infiltrate that right away, or did we want to wait for some of these teams here to get back? That's a network tower, not an HQ assault. That's the black side. That is New India. Yeah, I mean, we probably want to do that sooner rather than later. Alright.
Commander, we'll need to have one of our troops equip the skull.
Did I, by any chance? No, I did not create a network tower squad.
Commander Tigan and Shen aren't going to be happy if we don't put the Skulljack to good use. We should have one of our soldiers equip it before they deploy.
Alright, so what do we want on network tower? We need somebody to probably get through to the end for the hack. Sniper isn't wrong, Buccaneer is fantastic. Is this maybe the squad I want to take here? Gunner, Buccaneer, Scout. Probably not Overseer though. Let's be honest. Do we go double Buccaneer on a network tower? Yeah, well, it depends logical. If you still need it for your yard work, then just keep it. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking... Well, the other alternative would be Ranger, but then we have to wait for 36 days now. For whenever Logical here's back. Where is that? Lazy guy. He's gonna get a level up. Which is what? Rapid fire? And we're super low on willpower here on Ratio, right? 32, 42. Alright, let's give it another mission or two here. Yeah, I mean, Buccaneer can, like, even without any skills at all, right? You always have Scorch Cutter and into double barrel shotgun, so as long as you're in melee range, you can hit 2 targets on a network tower, which is fairly valuable, I would say. 19 days, 7 hours for a dark event counter. Okay, that's a good timer. Alright, this is a lib 1. 10 to 12 with a team of 5. Double scout here. Not like we're gonna boost this, so let's run this. Yeah, but you know, we really should have built more grenade overseers. I heard grenades are pretty good. Yeah, no, absolutely. Should have been more precise there.
Menace 1-5. We've got a bead on the Advent data vault near your position. Be advised, self-detonating charges are in place at the target. Move to disarm and extract the package before its contents are destroyed.
Alright, so we've got our truck over here. I guess this is a little bit road, open area. Is there another building here? I can't quite make it out. Let's grab you and come over here.
We are without limit.
Do we have such good detection range that these guys do not have a detection radius against you? It's kinda whack. We have no enemies that want to fight us until we get to the objective. That's the real whack thing here.
That's affirmative.
So a drone somewhere over there.
Right, last one there's on dish duty.
Your queen listens.
Move, move, move.
I beg your pardon.
Moving to Overwatch.
Gonna fight eight enemies at once.
one couldn't find a more fitting use for the word alien.
Yeah, we'll do predictions next mission or so.
On the move.
So here's a question though. Doing 5 to 9 damage. Now that explosion doesn't hit him at all. Okay. Alternatively, you could do 3 to 6. Meh. Can we wait another turn before we activate here? Well, I mean, of course we can, but do we want to? We need to. I'm very indecisive today. I mean, any damage to this thing damages this guy, or kills this guy, right? 6 damage with the explosion. You actually will not get revealed. Then we just need you to kill this, but we don't know what's behind the guy. Yeah, let's do this. Let's get you up here for some additional line of sight. 2 drones.
Ready for a little action?
So obviously if we go in here, we trigger at least 1 drone, depending on where the guy goes. Yeah, you know what?
Get ready for a surprise! We're visible here.
Let's just blow some shit up. Would have liked a little bit more damage on that frosty boy here. Okay, him coming over to that side is kind of nifty though. Now will this use Mutilate or will this use Burial Blade? Use Mutilate. Which I guess is fine.
This way, mates.
Position confirmed.
That means we still have 3 people in concealment. Barely made the hack. That was good.
We could use one of those.
Ready to watch a real assassin at work?
Should have done a shutdown first, and I could have probably moved to the window, to the wall here. One of this anyway, I can get a grenade all the way over there. Only I don't see it. We need somebody to throw near. It's only have 2 people who are not concealed right now. Not even sure how much I want to change that. Laura, hello there.
Running!
Oh, let's get you in there. Yeah. Combat music, even though there's not actual combat.
XCOMer here, that's a bugger.
Ooh, that might have put the officer on alert. Or maybe not. It's all rocking here. Advanced stock, so that's the same as Hunker Down, right? Do we have that Hunker Down perk yet on you? I don't think so. I don't think you'll respect yet. No, that's still the old spec. Okay.
Putting up some amped cover.
And that's why I use Hunker Down instead of Steady. Should just go back to bed.
Orders confirmed. Moving out.
There's small ally cache, large ally cache.
System infiltration in progress.
Hey, monkey arms. What's up?
No time like the present. Come closer. I don't bite.
I don't
For that.
think there was anything with the door. It's just the activation icon was just here because it thought we were activating the drone, which we technically did, because it previously hadn't seen anyone, but that didn't really change anything for me. That's the second drone, and this is a scary group here. That's some scary stuff.
Ready or not.
And there's the rest. What the hell is this guy?
Get some.
A new skin for Frost Lancer? I'm not imagining things, right? Frost Silencer, what the hell? Excuse me? We don't serve your kind over here. Alright, so question number 1. Yeah. Killing the officer here in melee will activate the whole group there. If we get line of sight on this guy though, we can run across the rooftop and kill him. What's your shot on the officer? Ooh, 4 to 6. It's just not. 55% to crit is just not good enough there. Right, then how do we... So, I'm assuming Petrock can kill this guy. Somewhat reliably.
I hope it's worth it.
Maybe not. What if not? Move here and then steady and reveal this guy, then we can do the whole thing over the top. You just shoot the officer. It's even worse. Okay, I think that, you know, do you have... No, you don't even have a good pistol. Well, that shot missing kinda hurts. I shouldn't have moved this far up. That's definitely a mistake. Things are not going great. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. Let's bring Krukov up here for the high ground bonus and for being a little bit closer.
Not a problem. Position compromised. Target still up.
Not even sure what to say anymore. Hang on, where did that guy even... Oh, he's in that corner. Okay. I still think I need to reveal this guy and slice him, and then I don't know. Do we go for the...
Let's show these fools why their parents never loved them.
I don't even see him. Holy shit. Alright, I guess we give up the high ground. Oh, do I... Is he not there? No, he's there. You know what? I'm just running there, and then we get Scorch Cutter. But I don't know that this... That I did not have line of sight from here to that corner. That is against everything my XCOM knowledge knows. And that wasn't even enough, yeah. So, if we get a crit, it's a kill. So the problem is, I think, well, I don't know, the way this shot works, on a kill it puts me back into concealment, but I drop concealment for the shot, right? So it would activate everything, I go back into concealment, they reveal me anyway. I'm fairly certain that's how that works. And then that's pointless then, you know? Activating 7 additional enemies doesn't solve the issue of two guys that are still alive here. Also, Commander forgot again to throw an evac. This is going real bad, real fast. Alright, we're going into Pistol Overwatch and hope for the best. This awful. I guess he will run away and then heal himself or something, right? I don't think he's gonna hurt anybody. The officer might grenade me up top. I'm not even sure. Or he... I mean, I'm not the only one missing high percentage shots then, I guess. How are we still alive? What is this mission? This is ridiculous.
Get on that vehicle.
This nothing makes sense here.
Request confirmed. Hold tight. I'm going.
Oh, it's a cannon class. It doesn't get close range bonus. But I mean, we missed so many high percentage shots against this guy. What are the odds of this also missing?
Got something. You want some more?
Okay. Next up.
Oh man, just what we needed. Tell me,
It's
do I
always
ever need
annoying
to do
when
this again?
optional collectibles hunting clashes with linear room-by-room combat.
How much longer is the drone here, my friend? It's gonna stop being droned here this turn. And I don't really have an answer. How am I no longer in detection tiles here, by the way? Was I in detection of the drone, I guess? Well, don't ask stupid questions, just run away.
You know it.
I no longer have line of sight to the mutants, that's also not great. Alright, this is gonna be super silly. Command for an attack on the drone.
This is for you.
That tells me it's sort of unlikely that we get 5 damage with the SMG here.
That armor's tough.
Brings me the option of using you to attack here, with the same problem as last time that we activate these guys. I'm still not over the frickin' Frost Silencer, like what? Yeah, I think it's still... I want to for science this.
Did that hurt?
Okay, it does not reveal. Interesting.
got me.
Incoming over here.
Okay, we've got the full the whole gang is here now. So first things first, I think we're gonna system infiltrate the drone.
Infiltrating access point. Going haywire. Got it.
Yeah, that suppression is fairly annoying. I mean, I do have a flank shot on that guy there. I wonder if I just lead the target on that guy. And by that point, so when I take the shot, the suppression will have fallen off. Problem is that you can't really do anything. Frost mutants have counterattack. Okay, that's just not gonna happen here. Frost Lancer. Silencer. Cryo Grenade. Sword. Frost Rend. Frigid Pulse. Rocketeer is also a problem. I know I'm giving up the lead the target, but I think we're gonna Oscar Mike to give our Buccaneer some extra mobility. Seven to 16. Feeling lucky, Punk? Not particularly today so far. Right, I mean, this always happens, right? Here's another question. Do you have quick draw? No. We need to get you quick draw.
Here, catch.
Collect as many as you can. Death awaits you.
Okay. Oh, hang on. This is also CCS territory here. Not like CCS territory. You think it extends to that tile there? This circle. I wish there was a better solution for these kind of effects.
Take this.
2 damage. Well, Cutthroat. We need to cut some throats here.
Usually respond by falling over, so that's one star.
Now what? I don't have combatives, right? No. So baiting those guys to melee me is not gonna work. This is kind of... Buccaneer's our strongest guy here on the squad, in a way. And completely useless against 3 of the 4 remaining enemies. Alright, here's what we're gonna do. I ran away from him! What in the world? How is... What? Please give me a gotcha CCS indicator, thank you, game.
Keep moving forward.
So this is gonna make getting that door easier. And you hunker down. No chill. Those frost guys have no chill.
I could use some help here.
I guess we have some targets where our dude is actually going to be effective again. But oh boy.
Catch!
Wait, this is actually set on fireable? I think I need to blow this up, damage him, and then we should be able to finish him off. Sniper shot here. You gotta really grind through those guys. I'm not sure what we're doing about these guys here. Yeah. We need to hack next turn. I have no idea how we're gonna do this. We can use... we have intervention, right? We have an officer here with intervention. For what it's worth, I'm surprised that this car can actually blow up. I thought this was a wreck that wouldn't blow up anyway. Sorry if I offended anyone who has a car of this model. It's like, yeah, it's a wreck. Deal with it.
don't feel bad. If this was the other way around, I would have hit you from that side.
Ooh, panic though. I do like a good panic. As long as it's on the enemy team. You know, the worst thing about this is, like, okay, somebody riddle me this. The Frost Necromancers can either summon a Frost Zombie from a corpse, a single zombie, who has less health and dies whenever you disorient or kill the Necromancer, or they can do this Frost Chorus where they summon 2, maybe 3 zombies that don't die when you kill or disorient the Necromancer. I want to pick up the loot, but I also need to get over there. What can you do here? Fairly little, let's be honest. I have 10 mobility, and I can't reach anyone right now. No, I still don't have preview movement mod. It's like 6 tiles. Get you over here. Look angrily at that Mioton. Any ideas? Anyway here, if I go into cover, those guys can get me. Like this, I would need to dash here if I want to hack this next turn. Which seems insane. Unless we just hack with the Buccaneer. If he's no longer chilled next turn. I could also just dash him inside. Alright, you know. How's this? How am I flanked on these spots? Come on, XCOM. Get your shit together.
I tire of waiting. Someone help me out.
Should not have triggered there, but whatever. At this point, I give up on what the game does. The game does what the game wants to do. So I think I want to move the Buccaneer inside behind the crate with a little rescue action here.
Bodyguard coming.
Wish I could close the door. Where's my telekinesis unit? And then we use another rescue protocol for the very important rescue. Hope that picks up the loot drop. Yeah, I can't go there. No, it doesn't. He's going back to his I want to be flanked from a squad side range position. More frost zombies. Okay. Well, unlike you, Advent exercise restraint when using explosives. Hyperreactive, Psi PCS. Well, nobody cares. Reinforcements incoming. I might just have to take a pistol shot there. Well, this needs to happen, right?
The man and all that.
I think we try for the smalls. Ah, so close.
Oh man, just what we
Menace
needed.
1-5,
Alloy factories,
status
built more
confirmed.
plasma rifles.
The charges are inactive and the package is secure. Eliminate any remaining hostiles near the AO.
This is all not great. Gonna miss out on that loot. We have 3 zombies to deal with. Can probably block the ladder here and take care of this zombie. What if we block the ladder but don't shoot the zombie? You come up and pistol this guy. I'm standing out in the open against that sectoid. Against this muton. I'm fairly certain if they panic, they are not. They don't parry, right? They don't retaliate. Yeah, there's no grace chance here, which I guess Mutilate doesn't have a grace chance. Alright, you know what? Change of plans then. Already out of armor. Alright, that's... Oof. So don't see this muton. That's all. Highly annoying. Oh, you're blocking the ladder up for me now. This is how that feels. So I want to get a shot in here for the dogpile, and I want to have a rescue protocol to make him run away. Obviously, you can only do one of those things. So somebody else needs to trigger rescue, somebody else needs to kill that guy. Kill that guy. I don't think I can have Pedrock be useful and safe at the same time.
Is it clear? There you go.
I guess we're not triggering dogpile.
Absolutely. Give them some protection.
Means I also leave that zombie alive, and I didn't even check. 3, 4, 5, yeah, he can, we're gonna get some zombie hits here.
Your queen listens. Gather those quickly. My conquest continues.
Bright side, at least we get some loot.
So why should I put in any more effort? 25 glorious weapons to collect and utilize.
Oh, we got a trooper and a, what is that, cursed trooper?
Ready to watch a real
Armored trooper. Imagine having 1 point of armor and calling yourself an armored trooper. It's like, yeah. I have a good time. You wouldn't attack a frozen person. Oh, okay, you wouldn't. Appreciate it. Smart macrophages. Crap. Okay. This guy doesn't matter. What kind of shots do we have? 81. Bunch of 81s. Oh yeah, and this guy. It's very unlikely that we get the kill here with Burrow Blade, but we'll be next to him. No, I'm not even sure what I was trying to say there. That works.
Accessing system.
Seven damage. Yeah, it's kinda... I'm not saying it's impossible to do 7 damage with a 4-6 shot, but it's highly unlikely. think we just forget about these two guys. Take this shot here then.
Well, you're one of the greatest fighters I've ever seen, and that's not saying much for you.
Where'd this guy go? It's there? Okay. I don't think I can get a shot on him. I think I just want to be... yeah, let's just be back here. And have everybody out of line of sight, so that they don't know what's happening. Yeah. That's good.
Taking fire over here.
This is Firebrand. It's time to go.
That's annoying enough, that guy. Oh, I can't get there.
What's over there? Throwing grenade! Heading home.
So why should I put in any more effort?
I want to kill that guy, and just because I still want to pick this one up, right? That large alloy cache.
I tire of waiting.
Oh, I feel like we don't have the shots this turn to actually kill him. I should have done a reload and take a sniper shot here. That was my mistake.
Back on.
Set that up for next turn, that we have ammo here.
Infiltrating the system.
Yeah, the panic on the Muton was really what turned this around in a way.
You'd think with the population
Some get called in a
reduction, human life
dropship.
would carry a bit more value these days, but apparently not.
Maybe we're just
Heading
leaving.
out.
No time like the present.
Let's not stretch our luck here. We took 1 point of damage.
Attempting infiltration. Accessing system.
Right. Time to cool off in a hot rod.
Avenger, this is Firebrand. Package is secure. All XCOM operatives are secure. Firebrand is returning to base.
So, a few things that went wrong there.
Despite the destruction left in their
Definitely a few things that went wrong there.
refuses to let go of the ways of the old world. They will continue their wanton, and reckless crimes until the entire world burns around them. We are grateful to the Elders for their support in ending this menace.
Let's hope they all go that smooth, Commander. Great work.
That, no chance. I like missions a little bit smoother than that. So I think I overextended and got myself stuck in the detection zone and couldn't help on a kind of critical turn. We didn't really have an answer to the sectoid. We didn't have a way to deal with the melee immune and CCS enemies. A little bit lack of shooting damage here in the squad. With basically just the sniper being the only one who shoots, right? And technical could have helped with the fire power. I see what you did there. That being said, the other thing I wanted to check here, didn't we? Thought I gave you the underbarrel grenade extra launcher ammo thingamabob. Range. Well, anyway. One thing we can do here now is go to soldier abilities and pick up the new perk tree. Right, so you still... Did aim go from 91 to 92? Is there maybe more aim progression now on the tree? I don't know. We're still gonna go, since it's low mobility, with the sniper roll. Now, duck and cover, kind of given. There was, even though it was presented in a horrible way, some feedback in the Discord server about, hey, if you pick up Shadowborn for the 15 aim 15 crit when you're shooting from squad side, that might be better than Center Mass. I mean, detection radius shouldn't matter at all because you're losing concealment once you start shooting, but this applies when the target enemy cannot see the soldiers, so whenever we're shooting from squad side. Yeah, there's this rules section in the Discord where, I say, feedback welcome, backseating not, and if you can't tell the difference, then just shut up. Anyway, so... But it's a valid point, right? What is better? What, +1 damage guaranteed? On every shot? Or the 15% aim and crit when we're shooting from squad side? In the mission just now, we kind of very often actually didn't shoot from squad side, but that might have been a problem with the map, problem with my positioning. Like in normal situations, we're usually on squad side, aren't we? The other question is then also here in the second row, open fire versus lead the target. Another 10 aim 10 crit against targets at full health. Now, I fairly often want to say we're using snipers to finish off low health targets, especially since we want to get kill shots to trigger trench warfare, right? And lead the target does have a certain it's utility, right? It's not just additional aim and crit stats, it's utility in how you engage enemies on the mission. Ooh, we have aggression on the XCOM row. Yeah, we have... The thing is, we have really good shit on the XCOM row here. Like, Burial Shot is going to be fantastic. That's probably going to be our pickup. 42 points with average, right? Yep, barrel shot done. Maybe invest some XCOM AP and pick up parkour, but don't think you can convince me pick up aggression with barrel shot, especially since we no longer fearsome, right? No more crit panics. Not gonna happen anymore. Okay. Anyway, we're gonna go lead the target. So I'm kind of seeing Shadowborn a little bit as a I don't want to say double-edged sword because that's such a lame word. It's like the aim bonus from Shadowborn. Kinda you don't need all that often, right? If you're shooting already, if you have the 20 aim from duck and cover, high ground, yada yada yada, all that other good jazz, you might already be at 100% aim. So it's just okay. Do we want 50% crit or do we want 1 base damage? I don't think it's a clear-cut thing. We have center mass on the others. I'm gonna pick up Shadowborn here and we just see how it feels. And then we take the saving shot. Ideally, sitting in the back, sniping from squad side. I think both are viable. I'm just a big fan of anything that increases base damage, right? If you have guaranteed damage, like your minimum damage is higher. Like crit is really good when you can get to 100% crit, when you can guarantee the crit. But the amount of times I've had a 90% crit shot not crit and leave me with an enemy that was very close and very much alive and very angry is more than one. Good point. Does Minos need respecking? Probably. Yeah, that's still the old tree. I'm not sure there was any change though in the pistol tree. But let's just do the respec, get it over with. Don't get attached to XCOM row abilities. Oh look, we have frantic fire. Also, you can pick up pistol skills, right? Still. Yeah, so we want to definitely get quick draw at some point. We're still going middle row. We're still trying to make this pistol scout work. I think we really want to have a training center sooner or later to pick up some of that stuff. Because I think quick draw is going to be really huge to get some more damage out of you. Because 4 to 6 damage per turn is not really great at the moment. Yes, soldier pool is updated. Well, yeah. Looking good? That was weird. Did it also give me a Pathfinder armor? Because it popped up twice there, and I wasn't paying attention to the text because I... No. The fate of Juggers in his playthrough. Unbelievable. It's like one dead Juggernaut. Alright, let's do this. And then we have everybody at home and we can look who we send on Network Tower, who we send on this super long mission, and what else we want to do here. Oh wait, I'm just looking here. It's end of July. I guess we have 2 gunnery sergeants, but fairly certain the YouTube campaign is at end of June, if memory serves me right. And our grenadier in that campaign, after today's mission, where he, yeah, got a kill or 2 with his grenades, with her grenades rather. She's 8 XP away from Master Sergeant. Yeah, I'll do a prediction. Didn't even have a dashboard open here.
Menace 1-5, target coordinates incoming. Secure the VIP and proceed to the evac volume for extraction. Advent already knows we're here, so your position isn't concealed for the extraction.
So Bradford, what was that? Position is not concealed for the extraction. I beg to differ. Okay, so I heard a turret. So we have a turret down there somewhere.
Anytime you're ready. Time to show these bastards the door.
So a beleaguer, a... Oh, we have high explosives, huh? See a little barrel there. Hooper and the Rocketeer. Okay, at you with Snapshot. We've got you with Shot. Shooting Shot. So I'm thinking
Go, go, go!
that was a misclick by 1 tile, but that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna get up there. You stay back here on the far side. Kinda don't want to trigger them here.
When I'm in command, every mission's a suicide mission.
Closing on target.
The second group.
Let's make these guys sorry they showed up.
And the first group's gone.
Old times.
I've not been up to much here. Bad spot. I think maybe we just snapshot take out that turret. Set up a lead the target on the priest. And go from there.
Yep. Oh yeah, lovely. We need to get moving.
Confirmed coordinates.
Like how I can see the sectoid now because he's in yellow alert, started peeking around the pillar, so now that's why I'm seeing him now.
I come swinging the olive branch of peace.
And I think we're gonna... I think they're gonna take cover on this side. I don't know where these guys went to. Now let's just stay there. And you're gonna anchor down. I'm shocked that lead the target did not trigger there. Shocked, I tell you. The ability has never let me down before.
Raiders roll. One in the chamber.
Is there any way we can actually set up a good ambush on those guys? Chances are if we go up here and take overwatches on these positions, we get shots on them next turn. Or we just take shot now. Kill the Frost Priest, see how they activate. And we can move and shoot, move and shoot, move and shoot. Yeah, whatever. That's the other group with that muton from turn 1. Yeah, they're super far away.
I'm just doing my job. Shit.
Questionable.
Yeah, sure. Nicely played, sir.
Having a scout type character with implacable on top just feels really good. You are a Pathfinder Advanced, so you have Shadow Step, right? So going here for Ever Vigilant Overwatch, you just fairly little. And the other guy is Scout, who also has Shadow Step. So I don't think I even want to engage with that. So we're just gonna chill up here.
I come swinging the olive branch of peace.
What line of sight is that supposed to be? What? Oh, they don't have Shadow Step. Oh, did I? Okay. So, well, I'm gonna do this. Assuming from this side you get the full cover, right? Yeah. Look, it's just ablative damage. Nothing, no big deal. Nothing to worry about. Not sure why anyone would be concerned.
Kick ass.
So I think if I go here, we should have a shot from the side that's only low cover. Still not a great shot. But hey, it's low cover, but your aim just kind of sucks comparatively. You know, but if you hit, doesn't matter.
He's down.
Oh yeah, we can use cyclic fire. You know, just hit the first shot for full damage. Ah, illogical. Can you do the same? Take it.
When I'm in command, every mission's a suicide mission.
I said I gotta go.
Hang on. Give me just a second here. Sorry about that. Met rain starting. I had to run to the bedroom and close the windows. Ooh. You know, I don't trust. Let's actually do this. Yeah. Knew it. Never trust the civilian. Yeah, but we can still blue move here to pick up the loot.
Wonder if Swan can make me one of those.
I think this group is probably just going to be a group we don't engage in this fight.
Okay.
Go, go, go!
I'm yelling! Yelling! Can you hear me? Yelling!
I think someone was yelling there.
Belay that remark.
Certainly gonna put in a good word for you if we make it out of here.
This looks to be one disturbingly erotic date.
I can dig that. Time to show these bastards the door.
Okay, interesting group. Internet comms, central command. I'm assuming... No, this does not pull. This does. Okay. Alright. I feel like there might be another one I don't see. Wasn't it 4 guys? Slide over here. Oh, maybe, maybe not.
Double time it. Come on! I won't go down without a fight!
They're not on alert, are they, right? So cover shouldn't matter. Really wondering if I just leave a logical out in the open, but just to get further in there.
This way. Ready.
If we can hit that bullseye, the rest of the dominoes will fall like a house of cards. Checkmate.
Wonderful.
Knew it was 4 dudes. Okay. Didn't even get a shot off. But on the bright side, we have a fairly good shot at that officer.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Well, you might be giving the authorities too much credit.
There is that other group coming. That's not good. Frost Tech. I think we need to get Boomer out of that position with that mutant group coming. Maybe you just suppress the Cryo Priest and run for a white flank here. Like, he has limited range, he can't do much. He is... I don't know. Scary, but not super scary. Yeah, I think we're going for the long flank.
In motion.
A little bit back.
Enemy
Suppress that guy. Nice, actually Santa Mars on that sniper.
Come on, this way.
Now that I think about it, maybe we throw another rescue protocol on that illogical guy. And flank these jerks. That puts us at 8 enemies, and we had Mutant Pooper and whatever the third guy was, 11, so there shouldn't be anything else. Or I just go here, only flank this guy. Yeah, you know what? I don't mind if the technical stays where he is. I think. Does that reveal me?
Forgot one thing. Rock crushes scissors.
What's he doing?
Then you'll come crawling back for another taste of sweet, sweet candy.
Ow.
Bam.
What the fuck? We'll use our last resupply here.
Yeah, sure.
Almost.
Nearing strike range. Sir, I have visual on the object. Permission to approach.
I can dig that. I ain't this fancy.
What's that beleaguer? Well, we got reinforcements coming in. Alright, so that's... Okay, you down for that aim.
This looks to be one disturbingly erotic scene.
I think we're grazing with the... either grazing or low rolling with the sniper rifle, and that's just... the aim is not there yet, right?
Has my fame preceded me, or was I too quick for it?
They're still standing around there. We can probably sneak into the evac via the back side. Go in via the back door.
I have made it with a woman.
I think if we really want to play it safe, yeah, we should definitely take the long road here. Let's make sure it's double sedated. So here's the thing. My greedy ass says, yeah, double sedated. That's potentially for what's called Delirium course, right? Mutant Beleaguer is not a particularly scary enemy because he's just gonna Overwatch.
Affirmative.
And reinforcements are only green.
Bangs out.
Yeah, ready.
Whatever's clever. Wonder if Swan can make me one of those.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, fuck that billboard.
Negative.
Hang on, is that... No, it's a beleaguer. I was like, is that a beleaguer captain? Did I see this wrong? No, it's a beleaguer. That is on her face. No, I'm a beleaguer. What is happening here? Does anyone know the way up this roof? Hello? Just asking a question. Hello, sir?
This is Firebrand. VIP is secure.
Belay that remark. Has my fame preceded me, or was I too quick for it?
Oh, looking at here. Did also, since I did battle scanner these, I know that only this Celatid carries loot. Fascinating.
What is it? Terminated.
It is good to see you again.
Alex, hello. That is not. I think I wanna break line of sight with the Muton.
Approaching target now.
I should have done that differently.
No joy here.
Think I should have done that differently.
Raiders roll.
Let's just command that guy. Instead of a movement action. Yeah, so let's move you into full cover first. Okay.
It is good to see you again.
Well, that's an interesting way to handle this, Mr.
Sounds like a plan.
Pablo, hello there. How you doing? I think we're just gonna, you chill here. Everybody else is gonna chilly their butts up here. We have no quarrels with Mr. Muton Beleaguer. We're not here for the kills, we're here for the loot, and he doesn't carry any.
Rubber's on the road and the kids are in the back seat.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Think that's safe.
Enemies, you know where they stand.
Yeah,
Now,
sure.
I did mention I had no. Oh, I don't have no quarries, and I also don't have any ammo. Also, this is. Maybe we'll have some quarries. Some
Target now.
problems here with that guy. Would have all been so nice, but he had to ruin it.
Anytime you're ready. this fancy.
Ain't this fancy indeed. If that wasn't a worthwhile loot pickup, I don't know what is.
Hello, beautiful.
Alright, I'm just gonna wait with everybody in the evac zone. Cover for
With enemies, you know where they stand.
reinforcements. I guess Illogical's not gonna go on the network tower. We're also out of charges for resupply. Priest lands, does his pathetic whatever, and immediately shut up. Sustain. Love it. Anyway.
In motion.
Raiders roll.
Oh, wait a second. Don't you guys know?
The rest of the dominoes will fall like a house of cards.
How freaking
Checkmate.
dangerous that is here? Oops.
When I'm in command, every mission's a suicide.
You didn't see anything.
Status confirmed. Mission accomplished.
Oh look, an advent with red blood. Anyway.
The speaker commended loyal citizens today for standing up to those who would abandon our values for those of the old world. The remarks followed a moment of silence for peacekeepers slain by XCOM dissidents.
It wasn't me that killed the civilians. It was illogical.
If we keep this up, the aliens don't stand a chance, Commander.
Get some rapid firing. Okay, how we're looking for willpower in the barracks. 35 out of 42. I guess we need to just set up the network tower without pressure, right? Or without Raging Fury. Like, both of our gunners are really suffering here. And we don't have any rangers because they're all injured. What happened here? Juggernaut injured? How did that happen? I never get my Juggernauts injured. Has a lot of red on this. Always at end of July we still have 2 things not excavated and 2 lonely engineers. I guess I was greedy and not buying new engineers, huh? That was one of the reasons here. So we've got 18 days to worry about this mission. Let's fly over here.
Setting course for the Western U.S. Precinct.
Commander, we'll need to have one of our troops equip the Skulljack for use in the field if we're going to make any progress towards our current objective.
Alright. So Buccaneer's fine for this, right? We want a hijacker. Just to hack the thing at the very end. Sneak through. Sniper can work on the network tower can also just completely backfire. I don't think we have grappling suits yet, do we? Alright, let's grab a second bug. Then you're ready. Corrections. There.
Commander Tigan and Shen aren't going to be happy if we don't put the Skulljack to good use. We should have one of our soldiers equip it before they
Hacker and
deploy.
4 Buccaneers. That might actually work. No, so the one problem is, or might be, that what was I looking for? Corrections. Yeah, if barrel shot, we have at least one round where we can engage 2 targets and we can flamethrower something. Obviously, our hijacker will not kill anything in the final area, in the hacking room. So we'll probably have to engage that last group while they're active. Unless we can sneak one of the Buccaneers all the way through to the end. Right, the prediction outcome. I think it was absolutely flawless, right? No. Well, the problem is also we don't really have any more Buccaneers available. So we could either go for Sniper, or we could bring the Spark. Yeah. I think I'm going for Spark here. For the weapon damage, sure, we only have 1 turn of overdrive, but we have also collateral to help out. And the shredder gun. I think that should work. Now, we've got swords, we've got mech shorties. Let's kit you out here. Let's bring the EXO for the double flamethrower, and get you a mech cannon of some description. I think I'm okay with that. Maybe we're not gonna take, like, I don't think we're gonna take any shots. No, I don't think that's not gonna happen. So I don't, unless we have a laser SMG or something around here. But this is the SMG for our sort of ranger. Kind of depends on how long she's out for. It's Natalie, right? Yeah, no, 3 days. Don't want to take that away.
Sky Ranger deployed.
In position for deployment.
So, Phosphorus is a great tool to have Advent not take actions because they're on fire and burning, but we're already having the stun to make them not take any actions. The network tower stun. So I don't think that's adding much, because it's not fantastic damage, in my opinion. It's really just a control effect, and we don't need control if everything's stunned for 3 turns anyway. Right. I think we're just gonna wait a little bit for some willpower recovery. Maybe like 3 days here until Natalie is back, and then we set up that other mission.
Avenger plotting new course.
Market is open.
I kind of disagree. I don't think the poison and burn damage is significant enough. Like, yeah, it's just, you know. Poison often only ticks for 1 turn, 1 damage. That's kind of not super fantastic. And yeah, burn can tick. Burn can tick for 1 to 3 damage, but that might be 2, that might be 6. Let's just get rid of the shotguns. Or bayonets. Most of our weapons can't equip bayonets anyway. I really want to buy that engineer. It's a little bit of melt. We're not doing max anyway, and it's a long way off until we have gene mods. Okay.
Market is open.
Okay, because I want to slot an engineer in here. And then the big question is, do we get an infirmary? Or do we get training center? And given the current situation, I think getting an infirmary up in 7 days seems good. We have so many scientists that we can definitely staff somebody there. I would like to get both up, But that's... I think we don't have the power for this. Yeah, we need another free power, so we would need to upgrade this for 60. I think when supply drop comes in and we actually get 400, I'm not sure if that's just an estimate, then we might set up the training center.
Avenger plotting new course.
Games like, oh, you bought an engineer? What a coincidence. Yeah, can get one from a mission. Thank you, game.
Course for the West Asian corridor.
Commander, we'll need to have one of our troops equip the Skulljack for use in the field if we're going to make any progress towards our current objective.
So, City Center, rescue VIP from Cell mission. So we want somebody for the hacking here. Yes, down 13 willpower. Lukov it is. I think I want another Juggernaut in here. I'll re-import you from character pool in a second. Don't you worry. That's a weird transformation there. Where's my good grenade launcher? My good rocket launcher, rather. Like, it's not on the other mission, because they're also wandering out with the gauntlet. Even advisor duty.
It is good.
I guess sooner or later we need a second rocket launcher. And probably a second funtime rocket. Who was that? Ultimate Minds, hey, what's up? Alright, so we've got shooting, we've got exploding, we've got hacking, we've got sniping. Seems like a well-balanced team, right? We've got very slow exploding.
Sky Ranger deployed.
Also, I think one of our only few hijackers who's not an officer yet, which is probably the reason why he has willpower. Because he's not, like, everyone else is either on mission or on officer training, and he's just on missions and chilling. Oh, strength up to 3 here. Strength 3, vigilance 3. That tells me we should not be recruiting with 6 people.
Avenger plotting new course.
Or was it strength 4? For recruitment retail. Yeah, I should. We looked it up last stream and I already forgot again.
Strategic resource located.
Okay, we got underbarrel a mech launcher now. So an improved underbarrel grenade launcher. And plasma grenades, yes.
Setting course for West Asia.
Yeah, unfortunately, like, don't expect something like in today's YouTube video without spoiling too much, but we had a decent grenade or two in that episode. But don't expect anything like that in this campaign. Like, there is, yes, Overseer has a grenade spec. No, it does not reach those levels of grenading power. $13 to $15 because it's show of force. It's just, you know, 1 additional force level on everything. Or rather, strength level. I hate show of force. So maybe we need to just infiltrate this to get some over-infiltration in there.
Commander Tygan and Shen aren't going to be happy if we don't put the Skulljack to good use. We should have one of our soldiers equip it before they deploy.
Now there's also the thing that we could totally put the Skulljack to good use. And I think Tygan and Shen would be happy about that. Actually, let's go without Hijacker. Let's instead, we're just gonna do scouting with Milost here. Since we're not hacking anything. Good for content, yeah. Right. I don't want to bring squads bigger than 5 at the moment. Alright, let's see what we can do here. That is a trooper armor, what? I mean, looks fancy. Don't we have like a... Let's get a stun lance armor for you. 21 mobility. It's okay. Slowly getting to acceptable levels of mobility. Now, we don't have a hijacker for rescue protocol. That's something I need to keep in mind, because I've been using that a lot. Alright. Now, I want to build a Underbarrel, what's his face? Underbarrel mech launcher. Five to 9 damage? No, that's the damage of the weapon. It's like, it's a surprise what it will do. Okay. Surprise me then, game. And what are we paying nowadays for an alloy grenade? 10 supplies, what a steal. I see nothing wrong with buying new stuff the moment I hit 300 supplies. Supplies in the top right corner do not help me win missions or win the game.
Sky Ranger deployed.
Squad green to deploy.
Like, you know, good old StarCraft macro. You don't want to be floating minerals. You just want to be spending it all the time. But at the same time, you also don't want to queue up like 5 Marines in your barracks. That's just, you know, that's... Have one Marine producing and have the other supplies producing something else. Always be building SCVs. And if only I knew that because I played a lot of StarCraft. No, I just watched a lot of Day 9. Anyway. Can we do the smash and grab? What's my barracks saying? We have a gunner, we have a hijacker, we have a scout, keeper, ranger. Well, the question is, can we over-infiltrate that? Yeah, I'm not good at StarCraft. Like they
Commander, we'll need to have one of our troops
I want to say
for use in the field if we're going to make any progress towards our
current objective. I want to say they are billions, and to a certain extent also Against the Storm kind of ruined me on any sort of RTS games, because if they don't have a pause function nowadays, I'm not even looking at them. I'm like, yeah, I need to be able to pause the game. I'm not that quick anymore. I think our main problem here on that mission might be the weapons we have available for the people. We can over-infiltrate that it gets down to 10 to 10, to the 10 to 10, 10 to 12. Do we still have... yeah, not armor, weapons. Don't have a good cannon. I don't think we have a good sniper rifle outside of that on Denmark here. You know, now that's an idea, right? If someone who also considers themselves bad at the video game playing against that person, that might be a fun thing. But I would never go on to StarCraft 2 ladder or something like that. It's just... So what we could do, though, let me just see. I think we do have an Overseer, a Haven Advisor, and a Juggernaut with a mech cannon. I think that mech cannon is better served on this mission. Laser cannon should be good enough for Haven Advisor duty.
Commander Tygan and Shen aren't going to be happy if we don't put the Skulljack to good use. We should have one of our soldiers equip it before they deploy.
Alright, that makes me a little bit more confident about this mission. That's even a good one with the elite scope. Alright. Just, I don't know about the sniper rifle. Do we pay for a good sniper rifle? Or do we not even have a hair trigger? What? Here's a crazy thought. Another underbarrel mech launcher. Hey, Wendigo, what's up? Yeah, definitely something won over to trade because of floor force.
Sky Ranger deployed.
Menace ready to deploy.
Okay, now we have basically no people left for animations. So at this point, I think I'm actually gonna scan Reaper HQ. Do we not have? We don't have faster healing yet. Okay. Well, so let's just scan on at the Templar HQ for faster healing. Now, what's the Templar? We don't know what Templar is. Let's just scan here then.
If this is what it takes to draw you out of hiding, Commander, then the Elders are more than willing to keep up the pressure.
Our friends in the Resistance are paying a heavy price with the Chosen running loose. We should do what we can to take them down before they hit again.
The outcome of this research can only further our advances, Commander.
Mobile armor inspired. Okay, we're just gonna grab that. Yeah, we need advanced coil, but I do like my grappling suits just too much. Theoretically, what a longer Chosen engagement would look like. Like longer fight during the mission, or like fighting them more often? Yeah, when I'm thinking back of the last chosen engagement we had on the intel retaliation against the hunter, that was actually too long for my taste. Could have been a little bit shorter. But that's also just... Again, I would say fighting the chosen hunter is not fun. It's a very frustrating fight. Do Hardliners have high defense? I don't even know. How do sabot rounds work with snapshot? With snapshot having this super high squad side penalty if you fire it from anywhere beyond actual squad side range, vision range. If sabot rounds eliminate range penalties of squad side, does snapshot just get no penalties? Right. Right, it's not a squad side penalty, it's not a range penalty, it's a snapshot penalty. You're absolutely right. I don't think there's anything super interesting here. Now let's save some supplies.
Priority message coming through, Commander. Putting it on screen now.
While I recognize that you've been placed in a difficult situation, Commander,
yeah.
Our continued failings over the last
Your mom's in a difficult situation.
The resistance concerned. Nothing short of a vast improvement will do.
Okay, liberated, no faceless. Let's get some supplies here.
New course.
When inspired, our team is actually quite efficient.
I always like that voice line because it kind of says, you know, our team kind of sucks when we don't have an inspiration. But thanks for staying with us here.
The science is eager to begin, Commander.
Try again. Remember when I told you to do experimental weapons? Yeah, but how about, and bear with me for a second, how about we do advanced core weapons? What is missing here? Ethereum crystals? Hang on a second, buddy. I got you. One, you know I said we do the training center after the supply drop, but...
Avenger plotting new course.
What about advanced coil weapons?
Market is open.
Means we need to pay for the crystals. Anything else interesting here? Sergeant, Hijacker, and Ranger? Probably not. No.
You know them as my kind were once the puppets of Advent.
Yeah.
Elders' twisted vision.
Carry on.
Now, slowly we are freed, and all who see their bonds
okay.
broken are driven to fight.
Petros, you need to shut up for a second here.
By our own hands. We will destroy all that the Elders value. If there are orders you would have us follow, Commander, Tell us what must be done.
Commander, our ring facility is currently idle. If we have the soldiers to spare, we should deploy them on a covert action with the resistance.
I'll direct our efforts towards the new
Again, please.
immediately, Commander.
Everybody just... Here. Done. Shen hasn't said anything, so that's good. Came in at Corporal, our skirmisher. Oof. So...
Commander, I appreciate you recruiting new staff for the engine.
Kamanga, thank you.
But as it stands, we have people still waiting for an assignment. We can have them working on construction, excavation, or
Commander, we currently have no new supplies coming in. We'll need to seek out new means of replenishing our resources.
So the problem is...
The lab is currently idle. We're wasting valuable time and resources
okay.
by not conducting any research.
Please
consider providing us with a directive as soon as possible.
It is good to see you again.
I like you guys all very much. I appreciate you all being here. Anyway, so let's start to comment on that. So the problem I see with this is that a lot of these debuffs and stuff, first of all, a lot of it relies on Advent units actually still being alive while the Chosen is there, which you don't have on, for example, the Reinforcement Retaliation and the Chosen Stronghold. The Chosen Stronghold also scales really nastily with longer fights, with reinforcements coming in, etc. So it's I mean, it's tricky, right? If you want to change something up, then there's a whole thing of a whole can of worms that comes right after that. I don't want to discourage you, yeah, but and I'm sure you probably thought of all of this already. Just, you know. I think it's a big project to change that up. So anyway, do we just... What I wanted to ask, before everybody thought spamming the voice commands would be fun, the skirmisher came in at Corporal. Guys at the black market we can recruit at Sergeant. What determines the rank of the hero soldiers that come in? I thought they would be the same rank as the ones you can buy at the black market, but apparently not. Okay, but why is their force level progression different than other reward soldiers? That seems like a cheap way out of this. Illogical wording. I don't think you can say it like this. This you know, that gets you cancelled on Twitter very quickly. And who uses Twitter anyway? Do we just get the other guy? Get a Templar in here, be done with the factions. It's guaranteed covert action and no ambush chance, right? Only downside is we give up our last hijacker here.
Commander, at this point we've committed so many of our soldiers to conducting covert actions that we're running low on manpower for our own tactical operations. We'll need to recruit new forces if we're going to keep this up.
And we didn't get the promotion here with Isabella from that covert action. But she didn't do a mission. Not sure whoever wants to be touched. Okay, I'll ping you after the stream. I like how Bradford's like, hey, the ring is idle, get your dudes out of there. And then as soon as you start a covert action, he's like, come on, are you sure about this? We don't have enough people for missions left. Alright. Well, that was fun. Okay. So this VIP extract is 10 to 12. Shouldn't it be higher than 10 to 12 because of show of force? Oh, because it's vulnerable, it's 10 to 12. Barrier active. Excuse me. The hell happened in New India? This was strength 5 at the beginning of the stream. Vigilance 3. And it went up to strength 2, it was. I don't think we are at high global resistance threat. Oh, that happened. Oops. Yeah. Alright, decisions. Boost this. Run this. Yeah, but we must have had a super reinforcement UFO coming down there.
Commander, this'll be a two-pronged assault. First, we hack the heart of the Advent Tower and disrupt their network, but we'll have to move fast. If we can seize control of that data, Shen's cooking up a little surprise for them that should more than get their attention. Lock it down, secure the surrounding area, and remove all enemy security forces guarding the target. All goes well, they won't even see us coming.
I also don't think show of force is not as a sitrap. It's just while the dark event is active, everything you do is +1 force strength level.
They're crouching. I'm using science.
Yeah, we got the blocker building here. But we do have a building for our sniper, which we didn't bring.
My blade.
Did we bring a sniper?
Their complacency will be their undoing.
Didn't bring a sniper. Alright. Let's get you over there.
I'll do a song and dance for you.
Get you on there.
Time to show you how much stamina I got.
And you join us on this side.
Well, I suppose.
So does that mean when you say unwanted, what do you say? Remove some of the sitraps that nobody likes? Does that mean we're no longer having Project Miranda?
Heading your way now.
Oh, okay. I'll wait.
I think we can sneak up a little bit with the guys on the left here. Might even just sneak up a little bit more. Might be as close as possible to those guys. With no sideways here on the walkways.
Show our foes no mercy and expect none in return.
So if they come this way, that's going to be a little bit tricky. Let's bring in here. I'll move you up top.
I miss that vulture.
They'll have like what, 5 tiles of detection range, and they can move up to here. I have 5, so I think I should be okay here. If they come too close, I can fall back. Maybe I can sneak over the rooftop. Sure. Oh, they're going in there. There's also another group there. Is that sectoid?
Yes. I shall win your battle shortly.
These mutons seem a little more agile than the ones
Liga Captain. Hi.
It looks like they're still serving as the aliens' front line, though.
The question is, Bradford, are they smaller? Is it their size we have to worry about?
Quickly.
If I can get Novell here all the way into the hack building, that might solve that issue. Because this stuff is all fairly trivial. Guess the Destroyer Commando has a lot of help. Destroyer Commando is not immune to stun, is he? I mean, I'm not 100% following along right now. But I read something. Fire was not back. Okay. I read the word continent bonus, and that always brings me up to, hey, does that mean we actually get useful continent bonuses?
So you require my aid. How expected.
It doesn't have to be armed to the teeth, but man, if we can get rid of ballistics modeling and replace it with pretty much anything else, and maybe also that weird willpower recovery, that would be fantastic. So looking at, can be in position next turn, I think, to hack, because we have ranged hacking. So yeah, so this should be safe.
Okay, I'll wait.
In position to hack.
Target in range. Move to hack the command console.
So, if we're hacking next turn, if I'm this group, I'm gonna be 4, 5 here, I guess. I want to burn those guys. Is this the exploding bridge? I think this might be the exploding bridge. Let's just go there. It'll be fine. That is actually good that I spot those guys. What's in the back? Purifier. Not the best match for a Buccaneer.
Oh, okay. I'll wait.
Come with me.
Hello, have a good night. Ah, let's do this.
Status confirmed. We have control of the network tower. The signal is going out. Hit 'em hard and fast.
All right.
Impossible.
That's not great. Maybe we gotta do this after all. How's that spread? Can I get the guys in the back if I move what? I need what? 4 more tiles? 5 more tiles?
Should I double check that for you?
Yeah, that's acceptable. Didn't kill anything, but felt acceptable. Alright, so I think we're just gonna cut this guy.
I'm on fire!
Slap this guy.
Sucker.
Do we gain anything from moving this turn? I don't think so. I think we'll just stay here and blap this guy too. Right. Purifier, huh?
Do you need something? The death of an old mask shall form the foundation of a stronger.
We'll figure something out about the purifier, I think. You should start working on that frickin' Prowler. Is there anyone we wanna rescue? Nah, you know, I think I'll just come up here. I'll have to see how I add this. I actually don't remember how I set the break screen up specifically, so I'll figure something out. Definitely deserves to be in there, that's for sure. I think we can blap you.
Look at that splatter pattern. What are we doing again?
Cut that guy.
Machine wash, cold only.
Excuse me.
These guys sure can take a pounding.
It feels good to move around. Doesn't seem all that difficult to me.
Okay, so Destroyer Commando, huh? Think we need to take the burial shot on this guy. Because he's not gonna burn to death, right? He's not taking 3 damage here. I mean, he might be taking 3, but he had 4, so... Anyway, and then we'll just take a shot at this guy, and he's done for 1 more turn. We can finish him off next turn, hopefully. Maybe with help of Bloodspot. Alright, up here. Let's do a reposition that we're 3 tiles away from the purifier.
The death of an old mask shall be a treasure-forming sacrifice.
Let's take SMG value. How much did he survive with? 1 HP? That's a long way down, my friend. A long way down.
Whatever you're doing, it ain't working.
I guess a 94 is not 100.
No one should die like this. Except you, of course.
Stomp, stomp, stomp.
So, Destroyer Commando, huh? So I think what we need to do here now is bash this guy's head in.
Come on, let's grab a few of these. Swan can make me
And then hope that he doesn't sustain. Is that the guy that sustains? I can. Is it the Raptor Commando or is it the Destroyer Commando? I don't know. Considering I fought these guys so often, I can never remember which commando does what. No, we tested the loot. We tested the loot. We get the loot that's on the ground.
Advent officials announced an increase to this month's
Guys, old news. Old news. You weren't here last week, 2 weeks ago, whenever it was. I was wrong before. Loot is not lost.
Can we build a better tomorrow?
And would roof loot be different? What?
There's no way the aliens were expecting a fight like that. I'm impressed, Commander.
Easy, man. Okay. So what are we doing here? What are we doing with Neville? With Treasurer? We do not have any way to reset Run and Slice cooldown, right? I guess it's gotta be Whip It then, huh? I feel like Run and Slice has not necessarily no value, but little value if you don't have a cooldown reset. So Whip It is. Shooty Jack. I just don't think Deadeye is super great, so I'm just gonna pick up Quick Burn for the occasional Quick Burn. Hang on. Hold that thought. And we're gonna pick up Sticky Bomb. I don't think so. There is an ability called Lightning Fang, which is like free action attack somebody next to you. That's a reset. Lightning Slash is a move to somebody in blue move range. That is not Run and Slice related. I want to see if somebody has that, just so that I can... that's Serrated Fang. Hamstring is a cooldown reset. Lacerate. Yeah, I don't think we have anybody who has that. Yeah, Fresh Auto Buccaneers. But yeah, there's Lightning. I'm fairly certain Lightning Fang is a reset, Lightning Slash is not. Absolutely, yes. If you have the points to spare, then please use that. Otherwise, we can make an temporary exception and you pay later. I also haven't reduced the cost in a while. Normally, I reduce it every week. So I think, yeah, just ideally. Deemed before the mission. Oh, let me actually open up the redemption queue. I must have missed that. That might have been, you know, while everybody was spamming voice commands. Oh yeah. I think that is complete. Anyone in particular you had in mind here? I have to have the chat open. And I have a terrible memory, and I should probably get organized like Logical with a whole Google Doc with everybody's names and characters, but I don't remember if you have a character in the pool. So if you have somebody in the pool, give me first and last name, please. Something fun. How about the Buccaneer we just saw in action? She seems like fun. Cool. Mark this as completed. Alright, that gives us a HQ mission that we could do at some point. I think with strength 5 here. Do I stop running intel? Yeah, I don't want a retaliation in this region. Let's just go into hiding. Get 2 people on recruit, work on this. Now, what else? Kind of considering if we need to open up another region, just to be a little bit more flexible. Did we have a reduced contact cost anywhere? We have reduced contact cost here. Now it's in the middle between all our regions where we do a lot of action. That's going to be like Vigilance 8 or something in there. It has connection to all 3 of our regions. Yeah, that's not going to be a good contact. That is not a cheap contact. That is a super expensive contact, right? That's all going out of East Asia. Alright, I think we're just gonna scan in West Asia. Kind of out of ideas how we want to expand. Kind of burning all the bridges they have at the moment.
Setting course for Sector 15, West Asia.
Right, we have there's a mission ready here, right? That VIP extract. Not feeling super keen on these 10 to 12 with 5 people missions today, because we had a really rough one as the first mission of the night. But I guess, you know, we've got a phosphorus rocket. What could possibly go wrong? Fantastic reference.
Of some value to the resistance, and the spokesman has asked us to move in and attempt a rescue operation. We're expecting heavy resistance at the site, and the aliens have had extensive air support moving in that region that'll keep Firebrand grounded. Lock down the area. Eliminate all hostile contacts and secure the VIP. Menace 1-5, we have a confirmed location for the VIP. Move to rendezvous. Eliminate all hostile
Don't think I've ever had a evac point on the rooftop of the VIP building. That's kind of interesting.
Moving out.
Okay. Nobody here.
Hold your horses, I'm on the way.
Running.
Gotta pick up the pace.
Let's think about this. We want to be sniping with Goose, but we also need to move forward eventually and get to the evac point. I'm fairly certain you can climb up here, climb up there, so I think we're just going to position ourselves here for the fight, and once the fighting is over, it's probably 2 dashes, maybe 3.
Copy that.
To get over there.
Overwatch confirmed.
Rave Commando, really?
Hostile targets.
Advanced Rave Commando, that is.
Numerous aliens are approaching.
What do we have? Disguise signals. Look at those hack chances. Frickin' barrier. Get out of here. I would really like to have line of sight on that drone.
Rolling.
Okay. Does Watchful Eye? I don't think we can override with barrier active. Well, have a look for shits and giggles, but doubled their hack defense, right? Oh, never mind. That being said, I'm kind of thinking we can just overwatch it down instead of creating a problem for later. Does Watchful Eye ignore Shadow Step? Or is it... Since it's an Overwatch shot, it probably doesn't, right?
I'll be watching.
On the move.
So we're gonna have a Rave Commando here, active.
Yep.
And not that, because the target is not gonna kill it.
You got it.
I'm ready for them.
But I'm fairly certain we can kill the officer and the drone.
They're onto us.
That was a decent hit.
No longer a threat.
Yeah, and that's an easy flank.
Move! Move, move! I'll take one of those. Good kill.
Headed there now. Eyes on a hostile patrol.
Yeah, let's keep eyes on those guys. Alright, we're basically triggering them. Maybe just sit here and overwatch one more time.
Scanning.
Fortunately, we can't lead the target again. What do you got? Advanced? No, basic stock. So hunker down is gonna be better. So I really need to get rid of those stocks. No purpose whatsoever anymore.
Eyes up, weapon ready.
Come on, come on. No. Ooh, oh no. Oh, I mean... Look, on my screen, it's saying it's not hitting the civilians, right? And if it scatters, that's not my fault. That's on them.
Moving to designated coordinates.
It's not gonna be a kill, I think. Oh, they're technically not even active.
Heading there now.
Oh, those guys are technically not active. What's happening here? What kind of mad group is that? Pathfinder, Hardliner, Heavy Lancer, Frost Tech. Holy crapperoni. Okay. Salvo time.
I'm down here so I can slap the ugly off you.
Target rich environment, huh? So I'm thinking, what am I thinking? You have both of these shots. Okay, so kill the tech.
Alien pacified.
Kill the lancer.
I got it, right?
Now we've learned that the Pathfinder does not have Shadow Step, so I think we flank him here for the Overwatch.
Clear for firing.
And hope that he's the one moving first and not the other guys. And I think we want to move Manny back to some better cover. Like that. Can we move forward to better cover? Don't think the Faceless can reach. So yeah, let's move over to that side.
All set.
Scanning for targets.
Grenadier is gonna die from... Yeah, I think he was he still poisoned? Oh, there's also a turret up there. Oh, no. Don't shoot me. Don't shoot me, I need to overwatch. Hate this game. How dare you? I specifically asked you to not shoot me, and what did you do? You shot me anyway.
I will take an unhealthy pleasure in killing you today.
See what you make me do. Yeah, exactly.
Tango's down.
That one's on you. Didn't want to kill you like that. No, actually, I did want to. Okay, that still leaves this problem. And now I'm freaking innovated or whatever it's called. No, I'm just chilled. That's not cool. Captain is gonna get an action here. Oh, was there a turret? I thought when the captain was moving we saw a turret up here, but now there's... I don't know. I'm a little bit concerned that there might have been one. Also, we need to pick up this loot. Highest priority right now.
I've got the package.
Basic perception piece, yes. Yeah, it's the old unreliability of Overwatch, right? With, yeah, if somebody hits you, there's no more Overwatch. Even we're just gonna try the whole thing again. Alright, here's what we're gonna do. First of all, let's take a shot at that guy.
Reloading my weapon.
Let's look away. This madness should not be something anyone sees. We're doing area suppression.
Can do.
Got your back.
Oh, the 5 mobility gets me where I want to go. That is up here with a flank on the Pathfinder, except I don't get the flank. So maybe just back here then? Maybe back here so we don't see those guys? Where is he the least likely to counterflank me? It would be up here, but then I don't see him. I mean, they all die from the suppression, right? So why worry about them at all?
Good copy, good copy. Eyes up, weapons ready.
See?
Very well, we have a Witty.
Heading out. The mark is down. I have no ammo. I can't engage.
Position confirmed.
It's a stealth turret. He's hidden inside the thing.
Heading there now.
Sneaky bugger. Yeah, I don't even know outside to that thing. I really was hoping I could move you up this turn. I guess you don't have any shots from back there. We're fresh out of rockets. And that activates. That activates. What do we have here? Frost Muton, Muton Trawler. That's so much health. I think that's too risky getting flanked there. Yellow alert shot, probably. So we're gonna go for the... What are we going for? Come on, help me out here. Well, Shadow Step, Schmeadow Step, is what I say. Can we move you somewhere where we could give a teamwork action so we can lead the target? No, that's not gonna happen. Because you're still freaking frozen. Just move you up there.
Advance on the double.
What I'm actually gonna do, or try to do, is not engaged in this turn at all.
I'm ready for them.
If they rush at me, at least we should get an Overwatch here. No, yeah, okay, they see somebody. He walked into the poison now.
That was close. Too garam close.
They've got me locked down. I am reloading.
Well, that's all a little bit awkward now. Especially with that turret still being here. Yeah, you can't move. Kinda wish I had another rocket. That would help right about now.
Aye, Commander.
That's not fantastic. Can't suppress the suppression. I'll lose that loot. Oh, are we? Yeah, I think we're gonna lose that loot. Crazy how we're gonna be here. We don't have commands, right? No. Oh, we do have the objective hack here. Interesting. So I can totally holo target him, guaranteed hit next turn with the next turn with the Overwatch, but that's just gonna do 10 damage. Which leaves him with 5. It must have been your fault then for stepping away. I mean, I could totally pick up the loot. It's just gonna activate the turret up here, right? Isn't it? If I knew I had 100% hack on the turret, then I need to hack. Like I need one more action. I don't have one more action. I need to move. I need to shoot him to stop the suppression, and I need to hack the turret to, you know, stop being mean about it.
Agreed.
Gamba time. I don't know if the turret might have line of sight up here. I know, it's a little bit weird with the turret being inside the light here and next to another light. Okay, maybe we can get a nice grace in here, like that. That solves so many of our problems. Alright, so now this is a guaranteed... Oh, it's a 1 damage grace. Now this is not a guaranteed kill. I'm not sure who said that. But what we could do...
On my way.
Shoot the guy.
Give them some protection.
Rescue. Question is, where are we going? I actually don't think the turret will have line of sight on me here. But pick up the loot. Seems very greedy. What is the Prowler gonna do, though? Like we always do, need the target on the Prowler. Oh, hang on a second.
Heading out.
Nobody said being Oh, I'm out of rescue protocol. Never mind. That's fine. You're still doing 7 to 9. You've got 10 health, 5 ablative. Fine.
Infiltrating access point.
Respec selected soldier. I don't think you need the class at the end. It's just respec selected soldier, but I think you can also, when you start typing a command in the console, the game will give you suggestions of what the command gets to. Getting the hacking reward with a hijacker, with a laptop. Laptops need to be buffed. I think laptop should give you guaranteed failsafe. What was that? Not even real damage. Okay. You have a fantastic flank shot on this guy.
Move out.
Oh, you don't have Shredder. Why did I think you could Shredder him a little bit?
Those things are getting tougher. I swear to God.
Alright, we need 10 damage.
Hey, take a look at this. Check it before you get too close.
You grab the VIP.
On it.
Shit.
They're on to me.
I forgot about that. Can you one-shot that turret?
Okay.
Just need 12 damage, no big deal.
This one is finished.
It was a finished turret, apparently. Alright, now we get 2 Overwatches. I'm not sure, I think we have Ever Vigilant here, right? Yeah, we might have. I think we have Ever Vigilant.
Going as fast as I can. I'm ready.
Holding.
I'm ready for them.
Sorry, coming back to the respec selected, respec selected soldier does not change the stats of the soldier. If it's just picking up the new perks. We just did it earlier today with our scouts, and it didn't reroll their ability stats. Like respec as a class, if you change that class, that rerolls stats.
Affirmative.
Going reasonably well. We have some little bit tough missions today here. Wave Commando, come on. It's a duelist.
I will take care of it.
I have a little bit of a walk to the evac here, but we need to kill those reinforcements.
Advance!
Okay, I think I can get a better shot if I move Yeti away from you. We might take a shot from the duelist here or two. Okay.
One more down!
Running!
Hold on a side cover here, so nothing to worry about.
Eyes up, weapon ready.
And I hope that he climbs up on the rooftop. No, he does not. And he does have line of sight.
That all you got? They're all over me!
Am I dumb? Yeah, I am. I am dumb. Didn't pick up that loot. Alright, if I free up that spot. I think we need to do it differently.
I give you strength!
So I think I need Watchful Eye, so I can get an attack when he's attacking. Get you out.
Moving in on designated target.
Move here. Move there. I just gave him a movement action, right? That was a blue move. I'm going crazy.
What's over there?
Solid copy, Commander.
Watch my six!
I mean, it was yellow for my starting positions, but I had 3 actions, right? The move and 2 regulars. So I should have been able to get there and then still auto target that guy.
I'm gone.
Hey, Pixie Clicker. No ice cream stealing today. But we're reducing the amount of people that are able to eat ice cream. Alright, you're out. Your P is out. Manny is not out. You're out.
VIP secure and in position for evac.
So,
This is Firebrand. VIP is secure.
If you don't do the Skulljack thing, then you... So as long as you don't do Skulljacks, Codex won't spawn as enemies. So there is an argument to be made to, you know, not do it if you don't want to deal with Codex on a mission. There's two factors though in favor of doing it. First of all, you do avatar progress, you know, take some pressure off the mission. And if you research the Skulljack and the Proving Ground, but you don't do the objective, then Bradford is gonna nag you about it every single time you set up a squad. And that's reason enough to do the Skulljack at that point. Like, even if Bradford is on the bar and you go there Saturday evening, you know, for a few drinks with the guys and the girls, and he's gonna be like, hey, Commander, what you have? By the way, have you thought about Skulljacking an officer? I was like,
Advent officials
dude.
announced an increase to this month's recruitment quotas. Citizens are encouraged to voluntarily visit their nearest recruitment center. Remember, only together can we build a better tomorrow.
I mean, after, I don't know how many, 50 XCOM campaigns, I just can't. I just need to get it out. Like, if I hear Taigen and Shen are not gonna be happy one more time, I'm just gonna break.
I never had any doubts about your capabilities, Commander. Excellent work as always.
Right, Rocket Juggernaut. I think that you are on the leftmost soldier, and I can't really select anything, so we'll look at that in a second. And we're gonna grab airdrop here. And hey, it's not a Juggernaut that's injured this time, it's an Overseer. And we got an Engineer. Wonderful. Alright, so I wanted to check here when talking about the Juggernauts. Yeah, so we have detonation shot on our other rocket Juggernaut. You're Flamer, you are Shooter. Flame. So I think then Rocket with Shredder here. Just to keep it changed, change it up. Did we do a prediction? We didn't do a prediction. Forgot about it. Sorry about that. Resistance mech though, that's not a bad pickup. So what are we doing about the HQ, huh? Well, we kind of want Ratio for that. So he needs to come back from the mission, uninjured ideally. We definitely want Goose. We need at least 2 snipers for the HQ. Infirmary is finished in 1 day. At that point, we staff a scientist. So everybody's healing time is going to be halved, which means then in 4 days, Illogical's going to be back. That's also going to be good for the HQ because that's a coil rifle here, right? Because we have coil weapons now, but the only one who can use it or the only ones are our rangers. Yeah. Yeah, I think, like, I just took it to change it up a little bit, the detonation shot, and because it sounds fun, I feel like it would be very rare that you actually get value out of it. Like if the pod is unactivated, I'm probably firing a rocket at them, and if the pod is active, there's a very low chance that any other enemy is in range of the guy with the explosive that I'm detonating. So we'll see. I haven't played around with it yet, but I don't imagine it being super great. Let's pick up that resistance mech. Because I have a hunch we might also get a retaliation, and then having a mech to help out with that is gonna be nice. I am not familiar with what a Terrian is, and I've never had the LS Unknown mod. Right. Let's throw one of our scientists in here. It's down to 4 days. Oh, it's just... yeah, never mind. Don't have anybody with negative traits. How much is Gene Mod? 40? It's pushing their current power reserves to the limit. We won't be able to...
Commander, we've pushed our current power systems to the limit. We don't have any capacity to spare, which means we can't expand our facilities further.
What she said. Might have been a greedy pickup because I don't think we actually have the money to do any gene mods right now. Oh, I just wanted to have it. Wait. Resistance mech did not go to the region where I was hoping it would go to.
Setting course for the West Asian Corridor.
Yeah, Black Flame Grenade would be nice, and you know what, maybe if you have a rainbow pod stacked up and the Grenadier is in the middle, then shooting him for the fire grenade explosion might even be better than setting off, throwing a phosphorus rocket on them, because it saves you the rocket, right? Still get the same result. Alright, this is a mission we wanted to over-infiltrate. Can't do that. Lector is gonna be, like, definitely gonna bring him to the HQ. That's gonna be a whole bunch of intel that we can pick up there. So yeah, both of these I want at vulnerable. I want them at 10 to 12. Barriers expired. Not a day too soon. Alright, so that puts this at 10 to 12. Counter Dark Event. We've got 5 people here. We're gonna bring our gunner back for the HQ. And I wouldn't mind if everybody else also made it out alive. But I think this is a golden opportunity to call it a night here.
I appreciate you recruiting new staff for the engineering team, but as it stands, we have people still waiting for an assignment.
She's right.
We can
She's
have
right.
them working on construction.
Excavation, staffing a facility, you know? She is actually correct in reminding me there. Alright. Oof, there's that. My music's loud today. There we go. Alright, yeah, we're gonna call it here, call it a night. We continue this on Saturday again, barring any unforeseen interruptions, and try to complete these Show of Force missions and then set up for our second HQ. Maybe we even play the HQ on Saturday, I don't know. We'll have to see how long it all takes. So yeah. Other than that, Thursday, I'm not sure yet. Probably we continue the Project Zomboid ice cream challenge where we try to get our ice cream truck filled up with delicious goods all around the map before it all goes bad. But we'll see. I'm open for that. I'm kinda leaning a little bit towards having a look at Xenonauts 2. I got a key from the publisher, so I think it would be a disservice if I wouldn't at least give it a look, even though I've looked at it on other people's stream, and I have my concerns about the game. Like, not as in it's a bad game, but rather is it a game that I would enjoy. But that's something for a different time and a different place. For now, thanks everybody for being here. Let me check if I have somebody on my list of people playing games that I can send you over to. Yeah, you know what? Let's stay in the XCOM. Not one of our typical raid targets, but let's go and raid Sethoven. I'm not sure exactly how his name is pronounced, but definitely a long-time XCOM player and streamer and video guy. Seen him around a few times, and I think he's also raided us in the past, so sure, let's see how his campaign is going. Thanks everyone for being here. Raging Fury, Monkey Arms, D20, Carlikes, Wendigo. Have a good night, everybody, and see you next time. Rate, bye-bye.